The Nordschleife, also known as the Green Hell, is one of the most historic racing circuits in the world, but Formula One hasn't raced here in nearly 4 decades because it's such a risky circuit, and also it's such a long circuit, and as the name indicates, it's lost in the forest and there's so much challenge to it. So we're going to race F1 cars around here today, the modern generation, and we're going to see what a race would look like. Leave a like on the video, let's try and smash over 1,000 likes, subscribe for more daily F1 content. I do a lot of videos like this, but this is something that I haven't actually got around to doing yet, so I'm very much looking forward to it. And yeah, let's get into it. Here we go. I'm going to do this in cockpit view to add to the challenge. It should be fun and hopefully chaotic. Fingers crossed I can also stay alive and keep it clean, which is going to be easier said than done. So here we go. Down to turn 1 then. Race underway. Tires are cold, so we're going to have to try and get some temperature as we get our first move of the day done. This is going to require a lot of focus, and we have a bit of a car park here, so we'll just sneak on the outside of a few cars there and just, you know, tick off a couple of extra positions which won't harm anybody. You can already see how narrow the track is, which would be the #1 factor, you know, for F1 just not being able to race here. These cars are huge, and this track is so narrow that you would just not have safe racing here. We're flying though, we're making good progress. Car is switched on. Got some good straight line speed. I'm gonna switch to the inside there, slight bit of contact, but that's okay. Gonna go down the old engine modes to see if I can keep some battery recharge, because if F1 raced here, the cars would run out of deployment halfway through the lap. Literally, it's such a long lap. The ERS does not last. You have to basically just run it off and save it all for the massive back straight, which we'll get to in a couple of minutes, which that's how long it takes to get through the middle part of the lap. So far, this is just the beginning. We haven't really got into the Green Hell yet. So far, it's just been a casual stroll, a pretty high-speed casual stroll with a few corners, but now this is when the corners and the Green Hell really begins. So let's make our way into the forest and let's see if we can pick off a couple of positions in the process. Already P12, so we've had actually a really good first lap here. 2-lap race, so we'll see. I more or less know the layout. It's one of them ones where it's such a long lap, I couldn't draw the circuit. I could never tell you what corner's coming up next, but it's one of them ones where, based off instinct and the amount of races I've done here, I kind of know what's, you know, coming up in terms of the corner. So once I get there, I get my memory refreshed pretty much, and I know what's on the horizon, so I can still kind of commit and push. So yeah, my memory gets a little bit foggy, a little bit blurry towards the end of the lap. I will admit there's so many corners that I can't quite keep up, but for the most part, I've got a fairly decent idea of where we're going. So we are now properly heading through the woods, but I'm trying to find a place to pass, but the track keeps tightening up at awkward angles, so I'm just having to sit behind. This is a relatively long back straight, so we can now get the power down. I'm actually going to turn the battery off entirely because we're about to run out. We've got a fast left coming up, but not quite able to get close enough. Again, the track tightens up here, so no way through. Now into a hairpin, not slow, but medium speed-ish hairpin, and now into the famous carousel. Here we go. I'm going to go for the high line, see how that feels. I'll go low, we'll go high, and that is definitely slower. So we've lost a couple of places. There's one on my left here, which we'll just get in front of and regain that position. So we'll try and go low, carousel next time around. Just feels like these cars would probably bottom out or couldn't take the carousel low. This is the part of the track where it all gets a bit blurry to me. I'm not 100% certain where I'm going, so I'm just kind of following the AI's average, you know, speed through here and just trying to stick to their racing line. Some corners I do recognise, but yeah, it's just this final part where everything kind of blurs into one and everything looks very similar to me. This car is so good to drive. I've driven this car before on the channel. I did a race around Qatar a couple of months ago when it got released, the Formula Hybrid 2023, which I'll leave a link down below. Getting a little run here, trying to have a look, but AI having none of it. Got a bit of a straight coming up here, so we'll try again. Oh, we actually took off there briefly, side by side. This is a flat out section, so we'll gain a few more places. There we go. And now we approach carousel number 2. Not as aggressive as the first, but you still have to dip the car in as the car in front gets sideways. And now we're going to kick out to the back straight, which, based off my straight line speed, we've got a crash here. I can't see a thing. Woof. Right, we just got away with that. That was scary. But based off my straight line speed, we should be pretty speedy here. So let's see. There we go. We're going to open the DRS. See where we're closing in. Even through the halo column, you can tell. We've got some battery left as well, which is definitely going to be a bonus. And we're in the top 5 position. So half the race done. A lap to go. We'll see if we can try and win this race. Right, we'll turn the battery off. So I'll let you guys enjoy it the next couple of minutes or so without me talking, so you can just, oh my god, that's a bit of a mistake, you can experience the track in its glory without me talking over it. So let's send it full whack around the Nordschleife. Oh my god. Oh, whoa. Oh my days. Oh my god, and that is why this track is devastating. And they are going to be turned around. I'm taking someone with me, I don't care. Oh my god, that is why this track bites just like that. Wow. Whew. I was trying to go through there, but the AI had scrubbed off way more speed than I expected. That corner was pretty much flat out. The AI taking a big old break into there, so that caught me off guard. Wow, I'm sweating. I broke into a sweat. That scared me, I did. And that's how quickly it would happen around here. You know, the barriers are right there at all times, and you know, first aid is hard to get to because it's such a big track and so much ground to cover that you would maybe not get medical assistance straight away, and that is why this track is a risk, especially for F1 and these speeds. As you can see here though, we are absolutely flying, so we're going to try and fight back into P11. We've got a bit of energy to use, which we'll use in the second half of the lap, which will help us out. I reckon we can still get a top 5 out of this, maybe even a top 4, so we'll keep pushing. Easy flat through there, didn't even have to lift. We'll keep it pinned through here as well. This is where we're going to make up some time, and now into the 2 hairpins. First the normal one, and then the carousel version. We know we've got to take the low line to be fast, so we'll tuck in behind and we'll just fall in line. Avoid the inside curb. There's a raised, almost, you know, I'd say street curve almost, you know, just pavement on the inside which you have to avoid. Right, this is where I'm not as quick, so I want to try and overtake, but I've got to try and guess the right corner I'm going to try and commit to. Also, the track is narrow here, quite a bit more than the other parts of the track, so I have to bear that in mind as well. You can see we've got a few cars ahead of us here, so definitely a few places up for grabs. I'm going to try and squeeze it around the outside, but lacking a bit of grip off the racing line. Just trying to see if I can get a good exit somewhere. Oh my god, another brake check. Oof, I was lucky, slight contact that time, nothing major. Okay, we've got a flat out section here which we're going to use. Car takes off there. I need to check that on a replay to see if it actually does get off the ground. Another flat out section here as well. Going to try it and squeeze it through, and we're going to go for one more. All a bit scruffy, argy-bargy on the curb. Flat through here. Down 2 gears, carousel 2. We're going to send it in fourth and hope it sticks. Oh, that was close. Right, let's crank up the engine mode. We'll use whatever we have left to try and get them back on the straight. We know the straight line speed's good, and we're going to use the DRS. Here we go then. Using all the energy, we'll knock it down to balance, so I've got enough for the whole straight. The AI may be completely out here, so this is going to be for a podium, potentially. Here we go. Plenty of space, wide track. P6. We're now out of deployment, but we've got the momentum, so we're still pulling. And we clear them all. I think P4 is going to be where it finishes for us. Can't see another car in sight. So let's just close out the race. Through the chicane we go. Let's not run it wide this time, so brake a bit more, and there we go. P4 could have won that had we not had the crash at high speed, but it is what it is. That track is tough, man. Honestly, it's such a workout. It really is. Even in the force feedback, my arms after 2 laps are drained. It's a track that requires extreme mental focus as well. Every corner, there's so many corners, you have to be on it all the time. It's a lovely track, but F1 could never race here ever again. There we go, guys. That is it for the Nürburgring Nordschleife, the Green Hell. A piece of history, iconic history, a track that will be forever kept because it has so much value and so much happened there. But a track that we'll never see again, and especially not with these machines, which are so fast, so big, so heavy, so downforce reliant. You know, this circuit is extremely bumpy. It just wouldn't work. But what a combination. So much fun. I really, really enjoyed that. So guys, down below, I'll leave a link to the car. I believe the circuit is DLC for Assetto Corsa. You have to pay for it, so it's worth it. It's laser scanned pretty much, so give it a shot, and I think you'll be enjoying it. And you know, I'm sure you've seen Jimmy Broadbent get some pretty good value out of this circuit as well in terms of lots of challenges. But yeah, guys, cheers for watching. Like the videos, try and smash over 1,000 likes. That's the target for this one. I'd much appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I am getting close to 100,000 subs now, guys. So if you want to help me achieve my goal, I would massively, you know, appreciate that if you can help me get there. And yeah, as always, a big shout out to the channel members for supporting me. As always, check out the 2 videos on screen, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Let's go back from me.